B'ezrat Hashem, we're dedicating the class, the questions and answers, Leilui Nishmat Rav Yehuda ben Rav Hillel Zichrono Livracha. Today it's his yahrzeit. Once me and a friend had a very important question to ask Rav Shalom. We felt like a lot of times when you want to come and to talk to him, so after that when you go away from him, so the meeting with him leaves you with a feeling of a question mark or doubt. You feel not comfortable, you feel not complete, you feel, I was acting good or not, or was I asking the right question, was I and you go not happy. So it was annoying for us for a long time that we were trying to solve all of our issues with him, and every time we go back with another question. So we went to him, and the other Avrech asked him that question, and he asked him, how can it be that every time that we're coming to talk to you, so we go out from you with a bad feeling after it? So Rav Shalom came to be very, very serious, and he said, when the student and the rabbi, when the Rav and Talmid, and when the rabbi and the students are meeting in one place together, already huge things are happening. Dvarim gdolim korim. And before even that the student asks his question, already, means if he's got a certain request or something that he wants to achieve, already just by coming to ask the question from the rabbi, already he's been answered on a lot of things that he needs. Before he asked, before you opened your mouth, just by the fact that you came. And the reason that the person feels so humiliated after the meeting with the righteous man, with the rabbi, is because by those sufferings, by those isurim, you have a vessel to contain the bounty, the shefa, that you receive from the tzaddik. So even if you just came to ask, so this is what I'm saying, before even we're asking, just the fact that we're coming to ask, just the fact that we're coming to ask Hashem. Rav Kaduri said once on the kibbutz be'uman, that people are gathering together in Uman, in Rosh Hashanah, he said, even before I'm going to start to explain all of the huge things that Rabbi Nachman Breslev is making over there, make them to happen in Rosh Hashanah, even before of that, just the fact that so many people are coming together in one place and they have an intention to serve Hashem in that place, it's already bring huge things to Am Yisrael. So we need to be happy that we have a share in big things that are happening just by preparing ourselves even to ask and to want to know how to get closer to Hashem. Okay, so B'ezrat Hashem, first question.
So Slava from Germany, he wants to know, he's finishing his Hitbodedut in like 10 minutes, and he knows he's supposed to do an hour. So he feels like the rest of the time that he's doing Hitbodedut is just to fulfill his obligation. And he finds himself repeating everything that he said in the 10 minutes, trying to fulfill his obligation over an hour, and he doesn't know if it's right.
Yeah, very good. So,
any advice for that?
So first of all, we're going to talk about the importance of sitting quiet with Hashem Yitbarach, even without saying a word, and even more so when you're able to repeat yourself and to say the same words again and again and again. So Rabbeinu was praising that thing very much. Rabbeinu was saying that thing is huge, is very important, and he was explaining that by doing that, you actually can achieve what you want to achieve, because without it, if you will always going to wait to an inspiring hitbodedut, you will never going to have it, because the person needs to get used to be in the forest a lot, be with Hashem a lot. Like that Rabbi David Chaim Stern said on me that I achieved a real Yirat Shamayim Amitit, and he asked his helper, do you know how he got it? So the helper Mendy asked him how. So he told him, by having thousands of hours of Hitbodedut. That was the answer. And you cannot accomplish that, to have thousands of hours of Hitbodedut, without being thousands of hours alone with Hashem. So Rab Berland said and testified on himself that he had thousands of hours of being quiet with Hashem. And Rav Shalom also said that he knows, and he wrote it in his books in Forest Fields, I think, that he wrote it over there, that he had hundreds of hours of being quiet with Hashem. So first of all, you spent your time with Hashem. There's nothing that can be better than that. It's the best thing in the world. Now, an advice of how to achieve more from the Hitbodedut, or maybe to make your Hitbodedut deeper and more productive. So we can pray on the prayer. You can dedicate those 10 minutes that you know that you have them working. So at least in those 10 minutes, try to pray on the 1 hour. In those 10 minutes, dedicate them to pray on the main subject, that it's tefillah. We know that Rabbeinu in Torah Nun Bet 52, he said that the person needs to work every time on one thing, right? That's in Torah Nun Bet. And to work on it until you achieve that thing, and then after you achieved it, go to the next stage, go to the next level, and so people usually interpret that as ta'avot, on lusts and desires. First of all, work to break ta'avat ni'uf, lust for women, and after you clean from that, so go and clean yourself from desire for money, and then go, and from the arrogant, and everyone that have a little bit of experience in ta'avot, I'm not talking about Hitbodedut, just in having lust and desires, you understand that it won't be easy. It won't be easy. It's going to be a long journey. Rav Shalom once told me that even if a person is going to dedicate 3 months of his life to go to the field, that's how he said, every day for 5 hours, and he will pray only on coming out from that lust for women, 5 hours every day for 3 months straight, when he gonna look at himself after 3 months like those, he gonna see that he haven't not changed even a breath of a hair. Nothing changed, nothing moved. You need to understand that really to go out from lust and desires, that's something that is very hard, very, very hard. You need to pray on it for life, forever. So this is why, and I heard, I don't know that, I just heard that when Rav Berland came to the decision to keep that Torah of Rabbeinu long time ago, so he asked himself, so what's going to be the first thing that I'm going to work on? And he decided to work on Ahavat Tefillah, to love to pray. He wasn't praying on cancelling Ta'avat Ni'uf, on cancelling Ta'avat Mamon, on cancelling lust and desires and bad attributes. He was praying on things to achieve. And the main thing that he realized that he needs to achieve is the power of prayer. Because when I'm going to love to pray, when I'm going to love to do that, I'm going to do it always. And that's the weapon to win all wars, to win in all battles. So if I'm going to love to pray, I'm going to achieve everything. So on that, he was dedicating his first subject. That was the first thing that he worked on, to love to pray. So if a person wants to learn how to pray, you need to pray on that. You need to dedicate a few minutes every day from your even short tefillah to ask on longer tefillot, on tefillot from the heart, on tefillot with right intention, and being focused in the tefillah, and not to sleep in the tefillah, and to feel that Hashem is with you, and to have confidence that your prayer has been answered. And that's the answer for that question.
Somebody who's in Israel who made Aliyah a while ago, and there's a two-part that one. We found out that the polio scare last year and the subsequent pushing of the oral polio vaccine was all a fake. It was done by bribery. The Minister of Health was bribed, other people were bribed to do the scare and have all these kids vaccinated in order to sell the oral vaccines here. And what got him to ask now was, this week, one of the members of the Israeli Medical Association Ethics Committee got fired from the Ethics Committee because in a Facebook conversation, he spoke out against homosexuals and same-sex marriage. He said, according to halakha, they're sick body and mind. And he was told, you're fired because your comment was unethical. Okay, so he asked, how can we trust medical profession if they do things like that?
We cannot.
What do we do? So you said, where do you go?
You cannot count on nothing in this world. Everything that you will want to count on, you cannot count on except of Hashem Yitbarach. Everything that you want to achieve, if you're not preparing prayers on it, Hashem ta'azor li, Hashem help me, now I'm about to meet that doctor, now I'm going to get that treatment, now I'm going to meet that person. If you are not going to prepare prayers on everything and thing in the world, you will never going to have confidence. You cannot be sure on no one. You cannot trust your mother, you cannot trust your father, you cannot trust no one. So who can you trust? You can trust only Hashem. Only on Hashem Yitbarach. When you're counting on Him, it might be scary to count on Him. But when you count on Him, you have 100% of success, 100% confidence. And I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. I didn't have no other choice, and I was just closing my eyes and I was walking into the darkness, walking into the fog. Moshe nichas el arafel ki sham Elokim. God is there, so what can happen to me? Well, what? Fire can control me? Fire cannot control me. You know how many times I was asleep driving the car, coming from one city to the other? Asleep, 100% asleep. And parking in the parking lot and opening the eyes and saying, thank you Hashem, Toda Rabba. Again you brought me home. And I'm not talking about dozing off like that and then waking up. I'm talking about going to sleep and waking up in my house. Yeah, parking. In the middle of the parking, waking up, I'm parking now. What's going on? How can it be? Yeah, 100%, no doubt about it. One time Rav Shalom sent me to bring amazing holy books of Rabbi Yehuda Zev Lebovich from Rab Aaron Stern, that he was his helper. Huge Chidushe Torah of Rab Lebovich in Kabbalah that he wrote. I came to Rav Aaron at 12. Actually, I went with Rav Aaron to Yeshuv Adam. We were in Yeshuv Adam. We met over there a wonderful Rabbi, Rav Yochai Raz. We spoke with him for long hours. After it, so I went from Jerusalem to Bnei Brak. I picked up Rav Aaron. We went to Yeshuv Adam. We were sitting for a couple of hours with Rav Yochai in Adam. After it, I brought Rav Aaron back home to Bnei Brak. And then at 3:30, 4:30 at morning, I had to go back home. I had all of the books of Rav Lebovich in my truck. I went into the car. Rav Aaron bought for me some rogalach, some cookies that I'm gonna have for the way, because it's impossible. We're not Superman. And we said goodbye. He said, Hashem shmor otcha, and that's it. And I just started the car and immediately I fell asleep. I'm telling you, I fell asleep immediately in Bnei Brak. I haven't went out from Bnei Brak and I was already asleep. And I'm opening my eyes when I'm going up in Aliyot in the hills of Jerusalem, and and I was standing in a red light, and suddenly when the light came to be green, suddenly the car started to drive by itself. And I woke up from that, and I asking myself, what's going on with you? You're not driving the car is driving by itself, and you woke up from the drive, and exactly when the light became green. So you see that it's only depends how much you nullify yourself to Hashem. Rav Shalom also told us a lot of times that when he was driving Rav Berland from one place to the other, Rav Berland told Rav Berland, I'm tired, I'm not able to sleep. With Rav Berland you cannot sleep. He doesn't know how to do it. He's got a problem, he cannot sleep. Never. And Rav Shalom, he's got different problems. So for long days he wasn't sleeping, and one time he drove Rav Berland to, I think he said once on Be'er Sheva and he said once on Elat. He took him to the south, to one of the cities in the south, and he said to Rav Berland, I'm not able to hold my eyes open. I'm getting sleep. I have to stop. So Rav Berland told him, put your head down, don't worry. So he looked at him like, come on, what do you want me to do? So he told him, go to sleep. Take your head down and go to sleep, that's it. And that's what he did. He just had Emunah Chachamim, and he closed his eyes and he went to sleep. And he said, and I opened my eyes in the entrance to Be'er Sheva. Yeah, it's simple. It's not like, okay, when you're tired you're allowed to drive. You're not allowed to drive when you're tired, but if you're already asleep, so it's okay.
The second question is from somebody in the United States, from New Jersey. He said, I had a very tough childhood, a violent father, hated me, always put me down, told me no one will ever like me, he beat and cursed me. In school and also in the Bnei Akiva, we were programmed to look at girls, to ogle them, to desire. And even there was a Bnei Akiva madrich who would point to the girls and say, no, which one looks prettier to you and nicer for you know what. And that's what he grew up in. He was here on a year and a half course from Bnei Akiva for Liot Madrich, and then went back, got married. Along the time he found Rabbeinu a number of years ago. He since had been married, his children, and they're planning on doing Aliyah. He has to finish some work contracts and get back. And he was getting really good with Shmirat Einayim, guarding his eyes, and also the thoughts, to get out of the thoughts that he was programmed with, what you think about. Because what he mentioned earlier was when he was youngster, and also younger, 20 or so, it was that not only should you look at girls, but if you're not looking and not desiring them, you're weird. Something's wrong with you. That was the program. So anyhow, so he was getting good with Shmirat Einayim, smart thoughts. Then recently, it's come to be an absolute war. All of a sudden, it started being that he was having terrible trouble with it. He doesn't want it. He says, what do I do? Every time any field walks by, it's like a magnet all of a sudden. A total turn on what was for a couple of years. The absolute opposite of now. He's having a very hard time. He's feeling very frustrated.
Yes, so Bezrat Hashem, it's written, Kol הגדול מחברו יצרו גדול ממנו. When you grow and develop and achieve more things in Avodat Hashem, so the Yetzer Hara is growing with the person. So a lot of times when people are working hard on a certain subject, actually by doing that they're ordering bigger Yetzer Hara, because if you kill your Yetzer Hara, a person cannot live in this world without Yetzer Hara. So immediately HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends that elder brother of that Yetzer Hara, and you need to confront with him, you need to deal with him. So it's only a matter of will and dedication. If that person and everyone gonna decide I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I'm serving Hashem Yitbarach with my Yetzer Hara, with the difficulties, with all of the difficulties, even though that it's very hard and I feel like I can lose my mind. So what? I came once to Rav Shalom and I told him that maybe 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, and I came to him and I told him that I'm going through crazy thoughts and mamash losing my mind, madness, and I'm talking from all sides. If it was in Shlom Bayit, if it was with the parents, if it was in the Yetzer Hara from inside of Tshuva and what to do and this and that and parnasa issues, and I was about to lose my mind. So he looked at me and he told me, I had also 1 year and a half that in that year and a half I was losing my mind. I thought that I'm losing my mind every moment. And only I had one thing to do. It was to hold on, to know that that period of time is going to pass. Yetzer Hara a lot of times is coming to the person and tells him, look, you have those difficulties. How can you live like that? How can you hold on like that? That's your issues in Shlom Bayit or Yetzer Hara, bad thoughts or fears or I don't know what. And Yetzer Hara, he's presenting it in front of the person like that's how you're going to live forever. That's how it's going to stay. It's not true. It's not true. It can change today. If you're going to come to your tshuva, if you're going to do tshuva, if you're going to complete the amount of suffering that requires for you to come back to humility, and you're going to be humble today, it will not going to last even a minute. The only reason that a person is suffering is because that he's still arrogant. Rav Shalom once said that it's better that a person going to go all day long with his eyes open and see women, not modest women, all day long, then it's better than if he gonna close his eyes and will not gonna see no woman, and all day long he gonna go with that feeling, oh, I'm so righteous, look at me, I'm so holy, I don't see women, I'm closing my eyes. He said a person like that he's arrogant is contaminating the world a lot more than if he will open his eyes and gonna watch women all day long. He will not gonna damage this thing. The arrogant brings the person to that korach. I say korach. That he have to what? Korach, to the korach hamtziut. That the reality forced him to sin because he's arrogant. When a person is arrogant, like that it's written in Likutey Moharan, that Rabbeinu is saying that kol hamitga'eh nechshal nofel be'eshet ish. He is falling to lusts and desires because he's arrogant. Why? Because Hashem is saying to the person, oh, you're so arrogant, you think you're something special? Alright, I'm going to show you that you're nothing. Just because Hashem wants to bring the person to the truth. So a person that really worked on himself and he achieved a lot of things, he is also in the hands of the Yetzer Hara, don't forget it. So if he is doing hitbodedut and he's doing tshuva, so it's very easy for him to understand that every huge and amazing thing that he's got is still coming from Hashem, and it's a free gift, and Hashem can take it in a minute if he wants. So he will stay humble even holding high levels. But if the person is not praying on those things, and it's all in ishtadluyot, and he's guarding his eyes now, and he's opening his eyes only in front of the sefer, it's full with arrogance. And so I'm not saying on that person, just the fact, lifnei shever gaon, if the person had a certain falling, it means that he was proud, he was arrogant one moment before. Because Hashem is mashpil ge'im, He is humiliating arrogant people, and the humble people, He is rising them to heaven. No problem to rise you when you're humble. Hashem is happy to rise you when you're humble. But if you're arrogant and He's going to rise you, it's just going to damage the person. So this is why Hashem is humiliating us, because He wants us to be healthy. So it's okay that it's happening, that that person have his fallings, and it's obvious that it's going to happen. The only thing is not to fall from the achievements that you already had, and if you already fell, so not to leave the prayer, and always to try to pray some more and to ask some more, betachanunim, to beg, to ask for mercy.
You've taught us the importance of ratzon, of wanting something, that sometimes we cannot have something, but we can want it. And yesterday when I was saying the Ashrei, it says ratzon yireyav yaseh, which means, I think, that God will fulfill our ratzon, but it says not ours, it says yireyav. And today, in your first question, in your answer, you said that through thousands and thousands of hours of hitbodedut, you received yirat shamayim. I think that yirayav here is those who have yirat shamayim. What is yirat shamayim? What does it feel like? What are you getting when you have yirat shamayim?
Okay, so first of all, like the word yir'ah, it's like yir'eh yira'eh. The Gemara is saying to us yir'eh yira'eh. He's teaching us on mitzvat re'iyah that you need to show yourself in front of Hashem Yitbarach, and by that Hashem gonna see you also when you're gonna come. You need to come and reveal yourself in front of Hashem, and then you're gonna see that Hashem came to look at you, to see you also. You're gonna see Hashem when Hashem is looking at you. You come to show yourself in front of Hashem, and then you will see that Hashem came to see you, to check you. How are you? What's going on with you? So, by those thousands of hours of Hitbodedut, that actually you come and you show yourself to Hashem Yitbarach, because one day you talk about your Shalom Bayit, and in the second day you talk about your parnasa, and in the third day you present yourself to Hashem, you show yourself to Hashem Yitbarach. Every day more and more you expose yourself, you reveal yourself. By doing that, you invite Hashem to come to see you, to check you. You tell Him all of those things. V'karov Hashem lechol korav, and Hashem is close to everyone that calls Him with truth. So when you call Him, He's coming, and then you can see that. And that is Yirat Shamayim. When you live your life under the kingship of Hashem, that's Yirat Shamayim. Yirat Shamayim, it's when you feel the presence of Hashem Yitbarach on you, always. That's complete Yirat Shamayim. When Rabbi Eliezer HaGadol, he blessed his students, I wish that you're going to be afraid of Hashem Yitbarach like you're afraid of people. Means going to be, have fear from heaven like you have fear from people. So they told him, that's it. He said, I wish you're going to hold that huge level. Because it's not the same when a person is alone in his house than to a person that is in front of the king. In front of the king, you will not gonna, sorry for the expression, you will not gonna pick your nose, you will not gonna do things that you're gonna feel very comfortable to do them alone in your house when no one looks at you. Okay? But a person that have Yirat Shamayim, even when he is alone in his house, he never alone. He always consider Hashem Yitbarach in the picture. He always sees that Hashem Yitbarach is over there. Now, to say what's the feeling, how you feel about it, so first of all of us, we have up and downs. And also, if that righteous man testify on me that I have Yirat Shamayim Amitit, it doesn't mean that I'm the most Yireh Shamayim person in the world that always just, I have it. I have Yirat Shamayim Amitit. I have it. It doesn't mean that I use it all of the time. It doesn't mean that I'm able to use it 100% of the time. But I have it. I found it. I touched it. I revealed it. I exposed. I received it. I have it. Okay? So, also, when I can feel very close to Hashem Yitbarach once in a while, it doesn't mean that I'm always holding that place, that I'm always holding that level. When you do feel so close to Hashem, like you have Him with you, so on that David HaMelech, and I think that it's written in the Zohar, I don't remember, but I think that it's written over there, that's the highest level of them all, what the David HaMelech asked from Hashem Yitbarach, שבתי בבית השם כל ימי חיי, לחזות בנועם השם ולבקר בהיכלו. Just to see the pleasant of Hashem, just to be with Hashem, that's the highest level of them all. That is the highest desire of them all that a person can have. To achieve that, to be with Hashem, just to see Hashem when you're talking to people, to see that Hashem Yitbarach is answering all of your questions, to see that Hashem Yitbarach supplies all of your needs, if it's physical, if it's spiritual. When you see that, so then you see the pleasant of Hashem and you feel just good. You just feel...
It's not a fear.
There is no connection to fear. The fear, the word yir'ah, like I told you in the beginning, it's coming from the word to see, lir'ot. You can see. Now it depends in your level what you're gonna see. If you're entering to the gates through the gates of yir'ah, of fear, you're gonna be afraid of Hashem when you're gonna see Him. If you're entering through the gates of ahava, of love, you're gonna be happy and excited every time you're gonna see Hashem. It depends. I heard a joke that a Chassid Breslev met a Litvish, and it was now in those days of Elul, and the Litvish guy was so serious and he's mamash, looked sad and serious. The Breslever asks him, why are you so sad? What happened? So he told him, we're preparing ourselves to that important day, Judgment Day. And then it's a very serious day, and we're doing cheshbon hanefesh, and he takes it very seriously. And by the way, the Litvish guy looks at the Breslev and he sees that he's all happy. So he asked him, and why you're so happy? He said, I'm preparing myself to the trial. So he tells him, why you're so happy? He said, my father is the judge. When your father is the judge, you don't need to be afraid to go to court. You don't have no problem in Rosh Hashanah. You don't have no problems in Rosh Hashanah. Rabbeinu told us that my people, the people that are coming to Rosh Hashanah, in the first Baruch Hu, I am helping them to achieve things that other righteous people are working, what is it, Yom Kippur or Shmini Atzeret? I think until Shmini Atzeret. They're working to bring them to that level that I'm bringing you in Baruch Hu of Rosh Hashanah. Until Shmini Atzeret, they're working in other places to bring their Hasidim to that place that Rabbeinu is just, okay, you moved on in life. Because of faith. Righteous people can go straight up to heaven and to come down and to do things and to make aliyot neshama, and it's not that they have some abilities that normal people cannot have. It's just that their faith is so simple that they feel so close to Hashem that they're just doing things that someone else with so much brain and wisdoms will never gonna choose. He will never. It's not logic. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound that I can achieve. Okay, to walk on water. You don't believe that you're able to walk on water. For me, if you ask me, and I'm just a normal person, to walk on water, it's obvious that I'm able to do that. It's simple. I don't have the slightest doubt. I saw miracles in my life that were a lot stronger than to walk on water. What's that, to walk on water? It's simple. Hashem Yitbarach can do everything for you. If one time my child was under the water for almost 2 minutes, his name is Yosef, and it was in the Hilula of Yosef HaTzadik, and he was under the water in the Galilee Sea, in Yam Kinneret, and he was under the water. He wasn't drowning. He was under the water for long 2 minutes. And all of us are looking, and the other children are looking, and it was a horrifying moment. And I'm swimming against the waves to save him, and I took him out. Hashem helped me to take him out of the water. He wasn't coughing, he wasn't swallowing water, nothing. And you look at the person and you say, what's that? What's going on here? Hashem is doing everything in the world. If you see things like that with your eyes, you see a person had judgments. You know, today I was driving and talking in the phone. A police officer stops me, tells you, you're talking on the phone. 1,000 shekels, fine. 4 points that no one wants to have, and I'm thinking to myself, what I'm going to do? I'm soon running away. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not able to deal with that. Not about the money. Those crazy points are threatening the civilians of Eretz Israel. Bad points, nekudot ra'ot. So she's coming, that nice Ethiopian police officer, and I tell her, listen, don't give me a fine. Don't give me those points, please. So she's telling me, but you're talking in the phone. What do you want me to do? You want me to lie? Told her, no, I just asking you, please, don't write the ticket. Don't write it. Don't give it to me and let me go home. And she's saying, I cannot do that. Let me see what I can do for you. And she's going and checking, and she sees that I have more than 36 averot noah, how you say that? Violations. And she's coming back, and I'm praying, I'm doing tshuva, I'm saying, Hashem, please. And she's coming. How can you ask me to help you if you have more than 36 violations, traffic violations? What do you want me to do? I told her, listen, I'm not arguing with you. I'm with you. You are right. I am wrong. I'm just asking, please, don't write that ticket. That's it. She said, I'm sorry. I cannot. You're receiving the ticket. And she went. She took my license and driver, and she went. And I'm in the car sitting and saying to myself, Hashem, why are you doing it to me? You could have helped me until now, and now she went to write the ticket. Why you're not helping? You can. If you want, you can. And you just don't want to help me. Right, Hashem? So, why? I done tshuva. I asked from you. I asked nicely from her. I wasn't lying. I wasn't doing nothing. Please, help me. And then she came back to the car, and she gave me the license, the driving license, everything, and she said, I'm going to help you this time, but next time I will not, so don't do it again, please. I told her, thank you very much. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I called the same person when I was 10 meters away from her, because it was a very important phone call that I had to finish. But you need to understand what? She might be listening. My wife is listening. It can be even worse. She can give you a lot more than 4 bad points. 4 dunks. When you see that Hashem Yitbarach is with you, you develop your confidence. And when you're sure that Hashem Yitbarach is with you, so you're not afraid anymore from nothing in the world. We have the power to achieve everything we need. We can make it to go through all of the difficulties and to achieve everything we want. And it only depends in the will and in the dedication. As much as you're going to want to achieve that thing that you wish to achieve, you're going to put effort on that, put prayers on it, put your heart on it, you're going to achieve it. Okay? And also Rav Berland said that a lot of times, why you're asking on 2 rooms apartment, on 3 rooms apartment, when you can ask for 7, for 8, for a porch, for a backyard? Why to constrict the mercy of Hashem? Hashem, His mercy. He wants to give. You're not worthy anyway. You're not worthy for 2 rooms also. You're not worthy for 1 room also. You're not worthy, period. You're just not worthy. But Hashem, He's kind and He loves us. So ask. So ask for your needs. Don't ask for to manage, to survive, to hold on, to be able to stay. No. ask for huge things. For that, Hashem gave us that gift of prayer. That we're going to pray, that we're going to ask, that we're going to believe in ourselves. Last one.
So Erez from California wants to know, first of all, can you open up a center in California?
Yes.
That's number one. And number two, he says that even though there's so many synagogues and religious people, there's a spiritual coldness in California. And he wants to know if there's something I can do about it, or do I need to change my location?
So there is an amazing song that calls California Dreaming, right? So California Dreaming, it's a dream. You're not really in California. You just think you are in California. There is no, how I call it, spiritual chilling. There is no spirituality in California. Just there is an illusion of being religious in California. Really, the Torah comes out from Jerusalem. And I know that sometimes it's very hard for the people that are so used to live in those horrible places, in the exile, that the exile is confusing them and let them imagine like they're holding things, like they have some stuff. But I have my house, I have my swimming pool, my sofa, my dog, my horse, my I don't know what, my Chevy, my caddy, whatever. It's not happening over there. You can have the physical comfort, but you're not getting closer and closer to Hashem in every breath you take, like in Eretz Israel. In Eretz Israel, Avira de Eretz Israel machkima. Every time you breathe the air of Eretz Israel, you're getting wiser. And you cannot explain it to someone that lives in Cali. It's all shtuyot. You cannot. Only if the people over there gonna wake up from inside. You're gonna have that miracle to wake up and to feel, hey, what's going on? It's a foreign land. That land doesn't belong to me. Actually, it doesn't belong to 99% of the people that lives there. But okay, yeah. So it doesn't belong to no one. It need to go back to. How can you fix it? So the only thing there is no to change places. There is to come back home. That's the only thing that there is. Change places. Eretz Israel is beyond the place. Eretz Israel is a place, a spiritual place. It's a place that is beyond everything that exists. When you come to Eretz Israel, you came home. You came back to Hashem. So of course, also here in Eretz Israel, there are a lot of people that can be distracted and to forget Hashem. But at least here, you have the possibility to really connect yourself to the source. For sure needs a lot of prayers, a lot of miracles. But like we said before, when the person wants something, so they're going to help him and going to lead him to achieve what that he wants with all of his heart. So you're more than welcome to join us. Baruch, can you hand me that seat, please? We have a seat for you, Erez. You're more than welcome. Thank you very much. Chazak u'Baruch.